welcome back to Greenstone Ivy. So today we're doing something a little bit different. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to build a dry stone wall. I actually started prepping this wall on Friday. So I've been building this wall, so this is a farm wall. Started off at the top, we did a garden wall, and then we've moved down now onto another piece which is a farm wall. So what's the difference between a garden and a farm wall? I suppose the structural integrity of the walls is exactly the same. The internals, the foundation, the way you're bonding your stone, the way you're putting your middle in there, where you're selecting your through stones is all the same. It's just you're not spending as much time on the face, and that's not because you don't want to. It all comes down to how much the customer wants to spend, and they don't want to be spending big money on a farm wall in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, so this is classed as a farm wall. So like I say, I started prepping this wall on Friday. I'll put on the screen a little video of me digging the foundations out. Started putting a couple of the foundation stones in. So some of the foundation stones we've used are, you always use the big ugly stones you can really in the bottom. Get the weight in the bottom, get the ugly ones, get them out of the way. You don't want too much big chunky stone, too much high up in the wall, too much weight on there. Especially with the stone I've got here, it's all quite thin. There's not a lot of thickness to it, so you're not going up the wall fast. We've got a lot of courses in there, but you'll see that as we're going. So yeah, I've used as many big stones in the bottom as I can. What I've found, I've gone around looking for them, and then we'll start putting some courses in. So I'll put these overalls on, put that little video on the screen of the foundations going in, and then we'll go down. I'll put the rest of the foundation stones in, and then as we start the next lift, I'll tell you what tools you'll need, and we'll start building some more. So that's all the foundation in. As you've seen, I've just walked along it just to make sure there's no rock in any of the stones. You are checking them along the way as you're packing them and getting that the middle in there. Some people call it hearting, I call it middle. There's lots of different words for it. So as you're getting all that middle in amongst the stones as you're laying the foundation, remember it all starts with the foundation. It's got to be solid. With a wobbly, not very good foundation, we're not going to have a very good wall that last very long. When you're digging the foundation out, when you're digging the soil out, and knowing how far to go, I was always told if you can grab the soil and make it so it holds a turd shape, you're good to go. You're good to build on top of that. It'll over time the wall's going to settle. So as we're building the wall up over the next couple of years, it's going to settle that A shape what we build on the wall. What I'll do actually, I'll put a description of how the wall should look, the shape of it. So on the screen. So this wall should be about 24 inches in the bottom, a metre high, going to 12 inches at the bottom of the coper. Then the copers will go on top of that. So over the next couple of years the wall's going to settle into A shape and it's all going to lock together. But you'll see the different levels of the wall as we're going up. So this is the foundation. Next we're going to build the first course, the first lift. Then we're going to try and put some through stones in the middle. Then we'll go for the second lift. Then we'll level it off with the coping stones on top, but I'll do each of them in different stages through the video. So yep, the foundation's in, it's all solid, it's all lovely. Next is to put the string lines up on the walling frame which is already built on the end, which I did on Friday. I'll take some pictures out so you can see it, but I'll possibly do a video all on its own on how to build the walling frames. So yeah, we're going to put the string lines up now, and then we'll get the next course in there and we'll get it built. I like a little bit chunkier stone for this next course. You'd go your big ugly stuff in the bottom normally, in the foundation like we've just done, then a little bit chunkier through stones and then a little bit thinner, but none of this stone really has got much thickness to it. It's all very similar. So I'm going to have a look around, see if I can find some chunky stuff in the bottom, but I'll get going now, get my other gloves back on and we'll get building some wall. So that's it, you've just seen me get the through stones on there. On this 4 metre stretch, what we got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through stones, one right on the end behind you as it tapers back up as we're building the wall ready for the next piece to join into it. I just thought I'd quickly show you some of the hammers we're going to be using, some of the tools we've used. So we've obviously got traditional dry stone walling hammer. It's a lovely hammer, use it a lot. I like to use this hammer for moving lots of material. I use this hammer more when I'm down in the foundations, moving big pieces of stone. Brick hammer, I like to dress my stone with this as the stone gets a little bit slimmer up to the top and I don't need the weight of the walling hammer. I like the brick hammer. I have a hammer and bolster if I need to dress anything up or I need to split any stone. I have a scotch hammer with a scotch cone in the end. This end's got a flat end in there, both well used, actually missing, but it's got 2 teeth left at 6. So that's well used, just in case I need to flatten a piece of stone off there. That's there. And I have the spade, which is nice and worn, nice and sharp, and the mattock. So that's for when I'm putting in foundations in. I also have the string lines. So each course I'm going up, I'm bringing the string lines up, building to the line, keeping it nice and straight. We don't want no wavy up and down pieces on the stone. So as we're finishing it in the end, it's all nice and level, ready for the coping stone to come on. So that's also up to the first course on there with the through stones in. I'm going to do the next piece in part number 2 because this afternoon I'm taking my daughter for an A-level induction day at one of the local colleges. So that's me done for today, and tomorrow we'll do section 2. We'll put the top course on and we'll put some coping stones on. I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and I'll see you next time.